Hello, I am Flash Isaac, and today I'll be taking you through how to answer comprehension passages in common entrance. Now, under English language, you come across two passages in common entrance. So when you come across these passages, how do you answer them very fast, and how do you answer them correctly? This is what I will show you. And in this guide, I'll be taking you through 3 different common entrance comprehension passages. So let's see how to go about that. The first thing you do when you are given a passage is go through the questions. Do you know why? When you go through the questions, you know what to take serious in the passage, because not everything is actually important in the passage. With the questions, you have the mind, okay, this is what I am looking for. For example, in this first passage, the first question says, Joseph was famous because he A. built houses for the poor, B. visited orphanages, C. was rich and kind, D. was the son of Okwike, and E. was visited by armed robbers. So by the time you are reading the passage, you know what to expect. You need to find out why was it actually rich. So you're able to point out these stops. And the second question says, another word that can replace relief in the passage is A. comfort, B. harm, C. hurt, D. opportunity, and E. privilege. The third question says, the name of Joseph's village is A. Amekbu, B. Okwike, C. Omuibi, E. Umukoro, and E. Umoro. So, reading this passage, we should expect the name of Joseph's village. In case there are many villages, we have to point out that name and take it very serious. And the fourth question says, when the people heard that Joseph was admitted in the hospital, they were happy because... So why were they happy when they heard he was admitted? A. He was a wicked man. B. They considered him an enemy. C. They believed that he would recover from the sickness. D. They wanted him to die. And E. They wanted to inherit his property. Now, the fifth question under that passage, because 5 questions will be asked under every comprehension passage. The fifth one says, apart from money, Joseph gave the widows dash. That means he gave them money. Apart from money, what did he give them? A. Cash crops for cultivation. B. Farmlands for cultivation. C. Food. E. Scholarship. And wrappers, the next option. So now let's take a look at the passage and see how we answer these questions. The passage. Read the passages carefully and answer the questions that follow by choosing the most appropriate of the options, lettered A to E. Once upon a time, there lived a man whose name was Joseph, son of Okwike of Amekbu village. Now look at it. There was a question that says Joseph was from where? So let's go to that question. Number 3 says the name of Joseph's village was dash. So we've been able to confirm that the name is Amekbu. So we've answered that question and correctly. So let's continue. Joseph was a rich man. His fame spread to the neighboring villages of Umukoro, Umuihi, and Umuro. That means those are the neighboring villages, not his village. Joseph awarded scholarship to orphanages and gave widows money and farmlands for cultivation. And farmlands for cultivation, for crop cultivation. Look at that. He was a rich man. That means he gave money to people. He awarded scholarships. You see, even for the widow, he gave money and farmland for crop cultivation. What does that mean? He is rich and kind, and apart from money, he gave the widows farmland for cultivation. That answers 2 questions. It answers the first question, which says, Joseph was famous because, so the answer is was rich and kind. And it answers the fifth question. Apart from money, Joseph gave the widows what? He gave them farmland for cultivation. That's B is correct. Now we are left with two questions to answer. No, one. The people heard that Joseph was admitted into the hospital. Why were they happy? And which other word can replace relief as used in the passage? So let's continue. One day, the entire village was thrown into mourning because rumors spread that armed robbers had visited Joseph in his house, robbed him and killed him. So this was the rumor that armed robbers came to his house, they robbed him and killed him. However, the truth was later revealed that armed robbers never visited Joseph's house, but he only took E and was taken to the teaching hospital. This was a great relief to the people of Amebu and the neighboring villages who were beneficiaries of his kindness because they believed he would recover from the sickness. Now, with that, we've been able to answer the remaining two questions. Joseph was a rich and kind man. So there was a rumor that armed robbers came to rob and kill him. But later, they discovered that it was not armed robbers, so he was sick and rushed to the hospital. So they were relieved. So that means they were comforted because, thank God they didn't kill him, it was not armed robbers. It's sickness. So he will recover from the sickness. So they were happy. So another word to replace relief is comfort. That's number 2, answered. And for the fourth question, when the people heard that Joseph was admitted in the hospital, they were happy because they believed he would recover from the sickness. So that is it. You read the questions, you read the passage, you begin to compare to the questions asked. Now we've been able to answer all the questions without even finishing the passage. And the answers are actually correct because we went to the passage to pick them out. So that is it on that. So let's see the next passage. Before the passages, as usual, let's read the questions. For passage 2, question 6. Who ensures the recreation is observed in schools? So who ensures that recreation is observed in schools? That's one thing we should expect in the passage. And question 7. According to the passage, the following games are played during recreation. A. Athletics. B. Football. Handball, Ludo, and skipping. So all the games are played except one. So which one? Question 8. To avoid injuries, the dash monitors the pupils during recreation. Cleaner, games master, head boy, headmaster, and teacher. So who monitors the pupils? 9. Some dash pupils avoid recreation. A. Brilliant. B. Lazy. C. Pampered. D. Sharp. E. Weak. And the last question on that passage is, according to the passage, recreation develops the child physically and dash. A. Emotionally. B. Mentally. C. Structurally. D. Intelligently. And E. Socially. So we've seen the questions. We know what to expect in the passage, what to look for. Now let's read the passage. Recreation is very important in the development of the child. It does not only develop the child physically, but also helps in mental growth of the child. You see, we've answered one question now. Recreation develops the child physically and mentally. So number 10 is B. Let's proceed. This is why the government has ensured that recreation is observed in schools. Now look at number 6. Who ensures that recreation is observed in schools? Government. So the answer is B. However, where the pupils are not monitored during recreation, they may end up sustaining injuries. This is why in most schools, it is not engaged in without a teacher monitoring the pupils to avoid any harm. Now, look at question number 8. To avoid injuries, the dash monitors the pupils during recreation and is the teacher. So the answer is E, teacher. Then we proceed. During recreation, the following games are played. Now, question 7 says, according to the passage, the following games are played during recreation, except. Now, the passage says athletics. So A is correct. B, handball. That means C is correct, is played. Next, Ludo. Ludo is played. Skipping, they are skipping. So the only thing they didn't mention in the passage is football. So, according to the passage, the following games are played during recreation except football. So the correct answer is B. And some lazy pupils avoid recreation, and this has affected their physical and mental development. So therefore, question 9 says some pupils avoid recreation. They are the lazy ones. So question 9, the answer is B. So you can see how life gets so easy. You answer passages easily and correctly. This is the best way to answer passages in common entrance. Question 11 says, which of the following activities is Musa's favorite? A, playing football. B, playing video games. C, recitation of nursery rhymes. D, storytelling. And E, watching films. So we don't know yet, but we know that we'll find out in the passage. Question 12 says, according to the passage, Dash shot his father. So who shot his father? We will have to look for that. Question 13 says, another word that can replace disliked as used in the passage is. So dislike was used in the passage. Which other word can replace disliked? 14. eBay was used to dash. What was he used to? And the last question, Musa likes football. Because, so why did he like football? Or why does he like football? These are the questions. So let's pick them out. Now, the passage. There were 3 activities Musa enjoyed so much while growing up. These were recitation of nursery rhymes, which increased his retentive memory, playing of football, which enhanced his physical fitness. So with that, we've already answered one question, which is question 15. Musa likes football because B, enhanced his physical fitness. That's the correct answer. Let's proceed. And storytelling, which boosted his thinking ability and taught him several moral lessons. Of all these, his favorite was storytelling. You see? So question 1 says, which of these activities is Musa's favorite? Option D, storytelling. Chiquita, that's the answer. Let's continue. His friend Ibe, on the other hand, liked watching Cartoon Network and playing violent video games and films. He concentrated more on violent video games. Now look at one question like that. It says Ibe was used to, and the passage says he concentrated more on violent video games. So A is the correct option. So we've answered 15, we've answered 14, and we've answered 11. So we are left with 2 questions. Who shot his father? And another word will replace disliked. One day, Musa and Ibe met in school during break time and discussed the advantages and disadvantages of those activities. Musa succeeded in discouraging his friend from playing and watching violent video games and films. This was done by telling Ibe a short story of Clinton, an American boy who picked a gun and shot his father as a result of what he learned. Now, who shot his father? Clinton. Question 12. According to the passage, Dash shot his father. So the answer is Clinton. Now let's proceed. Clinton regretted his action. Apart from this obvious fact, other reasons why Musa disliked violent game were they teach kids the wrong values. So disliked. What does dislike mean? He disliked violent games, which means he hated violent games. So option 13. Another word for dislike is hated. It's not loved, it's not stoned, it's not wanted or what. He hated violent games. So that's that on how to answer common entrance comprehension passages fast and correctly. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more amazing videos. Check out my mathematics videos for common entrance. Check out my quantitative aptitude video for common entrance. A lot of resources, they are in the description, and don't forget to check out flashlearners.com for more amazing guide for your exam. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Catch you on the next one.